Look at that. Right on time. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Northwest Hope and Healing Foundation's virtual gala celebrating 20 years of helping women right here in our community who are being treated for breast and gynecological cancers. We're about 20 minutes away from our main program starting at 7 p.m. Pacific because, as we like to say, if you're watching East Coast, you missed it. But I hear it was a huge success.
Yeah,
so that's the good news.
We raised a lot.
Just a reminder, the silent auction, that should be your first priority. That's going to close tonight at 7:10 p.m. If you haven't visited the silent auction, do so now. Bargain, some great items, because bidding on all those items is going to close. It can be the cruel hand of fate swiftly at 7:10 p.m. shortly after our live program begins. So if you haven't already, just go to NWHHgala2020.givesmart.com. Everything you need to know, including the amazing silent auction items, all the live auction items, that's all right there waiting for you. Jenny, have you been shopping?
I have missed shopping so much, and so any opportunity, I'll take it. I've been checking out some of the items, and I have my eye on some wine.
Me too.
I know, so I hear, yeah. If you've already visited the silent auction earlier this week, please sign in again and check on your favorite items and use auto bid to set your maximum bids, because new items have been added, so please check those out and bid. Tonight you'll also finish bidding on some amazing live auction items. You might want to set your maximum bid so you don't miss out winning something you really can't live without. For example, dinner and whiskey tasting at the Ballard Cut, a fly fishing adventure, trips to Suncadia, Hilton Head in Scottsdale, and get this, a guided climb up Mount Baker, which would be amazing.
Round trip, by the way.
Yeah, well, so we say, yes. Also, don't forget to share photos of yourselves attending the virtual event. You can post directly to the Facebook page, or you can use the hashtag NWHHGala.
So, Jenny, you mentioned the wine earlier. We want to take a little closer look at some of our silent live auction items. The first up from Uphill Designs.
Thank you so much for coming out tonight and supporting Northwest Hope and Healing. One of my absolute favorite things to do is to gather small groups of people in an intimate setting where people can connect. And so this here is Scipio, and my name is Dan, and we'd like to invite you and 3 of your friends to come to the Uphill Designs workshop here behind me, and I will lead you all through a tasting of some of my favorite high-end whiskeys from around the world, and then I will serve you bites from the local farmers market. Hope to see you there.
Here we have the little production facility, and you can see some of the vineyard in the background. The vines are dormant right now because we're going into winter. The pool cabana with the pool, it's a saltwater pool. It's heated April through October, mid-October. It is closed up for winter. That's our house over there. And then right here we have our guest cottage that was once a 1921, well, the house was built in 1921. This was a freestanding garage that we turned into a guest house that you can bid on. So inside here, we still have the original beams. The floor is metallic epoxy. It's pretty. Over here we have the vanity that was made from reclaimed wood from one of the barns that used to be on the property, and a concrete countertop, lovely walk-in shower, and my favorite, the soaking tub. And then out here there's a little place to eat, a little place to sit and read and relax. King-size bed, which I have to tell you, it is one of the most comfortable beds I've ever slept on. Yes, we had to try it out, but don't worry, we won't be joining you. And then that's the rest of the guest house. So it's small, it's quiet, it's air conditioned and heated, TV, internet. Anyway, come see us. We'd love to have you.
I've been on the board of Northwest Hope and Healing for over 5 years. I am a breast cancer survivor, and I know from personal experience how devastating it is to hear the words, "you have cancer." The financial struggle that many women face when they go through treatment can be overwhelming. So when I learned what Northwest Hope and Healing does for women to ease this burden, I knew I had to get involved. I am passionate about this organization because I too understand what it's like to struggle while fighting cancer. I am delighted to offer a 2-night stay at the beautiful Westin Resort in Scottsdale, Arizona for this auction. Please bid high, and remember that every dollar we raise will go directly towards a local woman in need. Thank you for coming tonight.
We at Lake Partners are so excited to sponsor the 20th anniversary Northwest Hope and Healing Gala. We strive to do what's right in the community, and we are proud to align with an organization that's providing so much healing and support to women undergoing cancer treatments.
Yeah, well, thank you, Chip, and a big thank you to our platinum sponsor, Lake Partners, and our amazing title sponsor, Swedish Cancer Institute. We are so grateful and lucky for your generosity tonight. A welcome to Northwest Hope and Healing Foundation 2020 virtual gala benefiting women with breast and gynecological cancers. We're just minutes away from the main program. We're starting straight up, 7 p.m. Pacific, because if it was East Coast, you missed it.
Over.
But again, we're getting rave reviews, so I'm excited about this show. Just a reminder, the silent auction is going to close a little bit later, 7:10, but make that your first priority. All the information you need, it's all right there on your screen. If you want to navigate over to NWHHgala2020.givesmart.com, you can do that, or you can just text. If you get your phone handy, we'll kick you back a link. Just text NWHHgala2020 to 76278, and we'll kick you right back a link there. You can watch the program from right there, or you can do what I do. Get greedy. Use 2 screens, maybe even 3. Watch the show here on a big screen or a laptop or a smart TV. Then you use your second device, like the phone that's already in your hand, and you do the bidding and donating from that.
Like gaming at the same time.
That's right.
Yeah. Tonight, you'll also finish bidding on some amazing live auction items. These are all up for bid right now. Things like dinner and whiskey tasting at the Ballard Cut, a fly fishing adventure, trips to Suncadia, Hilton Head, and Scottsdale. Let's have some sun.
Yeah.
And a guided climb up Mount Baker and back down again.
Yes.
Use auto bid and set your maximum bids high so you don't miss out winning something you can't live without. Tonight, we are going to work together to help women in our community who are being treated for breast and gynecological cancers. All of our lives have been interrupted this year because of the pandemic, but we're not going to let it further interrupt the lives of these amazing and strong women. So bid big and give big to support 2 women like Ray Jensen and Katie Simmons, who we will meet a little bit later on tonight. But before we get to the main show, let's all get ready to make our cocktail for tonight.
Ooh, I'm ready to make mine. I'm just having one because we're working tonight. But hey, if you purchased the event cocktail box that was delivered to your homes earlier this week or today, get out the bottle so we can all enjoy this craft beverage together. And a big thank you, by the way, to Tommy at Ballard Cut, who is going to guide us through the process of making the perfect old-fashioned and give us a little bit of a lesson on making bitters.
Okay.
My name is Tommy Patrick. Welcome to the Ballard Cut. Thank you very much for coming and talking about some old fashions today. Very excited to be a part of the Northwest Hope and Healing Gala this year. My friend Karen reached out, and I couldn't think of a better way to spend a little bit of time talking about one of my favorite cocktails in the entire world. We're going to start off with just a little bit of history about the old fashioned itself. The old fashioned is named that just because it's been around for a very long time. The first recipe that I'd ever read was about a cowboy that was traveling on horseback with 3 ingredients that wouldn't spoil. He had demerara sugar, which is a crystalline form of sugar, a virgin pressing of the sugar cane that comes out of the Demerara River from South America. They also had a different form of concentrated cocktail flavoring, which we commonly call today as bitters. So here you have a representation of what the different spices and herbs and bitters are, like star anise. Then you have lemon peel, sarsaparilla, gentian root, cardamom, and just a couple other really kind of common ones you find around, like wild cherry bark, cassia, as well as real cinnamon, which there is a difference in that. About 80% of the cinnamon that we see in this country is called cassia. And this would be something that would be a Ceylon cinnamon style, which actually breaks very easily, instead of those different little things that you would get that have a little smaller Q on them that are very difficult to break. Bourbon also comes from America. It is our native spirit, so to speak. It is consisted of between 51 and 80% corn. Anything below 51 is not a majority. Anything above 80, it is referred to as a corn whiskey. The name bourbon comes from a French monarchy. It was actually lasting from around 1100 up until the French Revolution. And since the French helped the United States gain its independence, there's a lot of different places that got named after that, like Lafayette, bourbon, and there's a lot of other influence around over on the East Coast from that different style of architecture and whatnot. Bourbon was a county, still is. Bourbon is a dry county. However, it produces a lot of the whiskey that you actually see that's out there. Kind of being shipped around, like people got to know the name bourbon just by the fact that it would be synonymous with where it came from. So when you get like a barrel stamp or something like that, it would have the word bourbon on it. Common vernacular got changed from whiskey to bourbon. Bourbon became the national spirit. And then after the Bottle and Bond Act, there's a couple of other different securing measures to make sure that the bourbon that we now see traveling around the world is of the highest grade that we actually want it to be. So how do all these combine together? We have the bitters, which was a concentrated flavoring agent for the cowboys to use that would help them mask the harsh spirit that was being made in the mid and early 1800s. It wasn't near as good as what we have today, so not near as smooth and complex and round. It was very, very harsh. They would want to carry as high of a proof of spirit as they could, so that way they could get the most bang for their buck when they're out there roaming the cattle trails and whatnot. Sugar, just because you need a little bit of a balancing agent that would go over there. And commonplace cowboys back in the day would not recognize the white sugar that we see as sugar itself, just because they didn't have the refining methods that would actually like bring it to that like pure sucrose taste that we see on our store shelves today. Buffalo Trace, a very, very delicious Kentucky bourbon made by the Sazerac Company. I'm a huge fan, big advocate of it. I think that bang for your buck, it's one of the better whiskeys that's out there, and it's very commonly available, super delicious as well. An older style coming out of the old-fashioned copper distillery, they would commonly use high-strength bourbon or other whiskey to combine all these different ingredients together to then make bitters itself. So cowboys would roam around for the day, they'd come back, they'd camp next to a source of water, they would take a little bit of water and then a little bit of a sugar lump, which is where we commonly see the sugar cube as the call for the sweetening agent into an old-fashioned today, which is where a lot of people would dump like bitters over the top and try to muddle it out and get this little like grainy kind of solution that would be in there. However, the cowboys would actually make a simple syrup out of that different stuff and then go ahead and use that as their cocktail for the evening around the campfire. So taking your high-proof bourbon, your sugar solution, your concentrated flavoring agent, we can now make ourselves an old-fashioned. So you always want to start off with a good quality bourbon. Here we have our Buffalo Trace. We go 2 ounces. This. We have our sugar solution. It's about like 1/4 to 1/3 of an ounce, depending on your own personal flavor. And then our bitters, our concentrated flavoring agent, 2 healthy dashes, which is already what's going to be in your cocktail that you'll be making yourself as of right now. Taking just a little bit of ice. If you both want to chill it down as well as add dilution to it, so that way the whiskey can be opened up exponentially when this happens. Like I always try and say that water is to whiskey as air is to wine. It will help to open it up and make it just taste much more of the way that it should taste as the distiller actually intended for it to taste. We have, in the bar, it's very nice just to be able to use these nice big cubes. They're commonly referred to as king cubes. You can just kind of pop them out as you need. So something like this is beneficial over having just a little bit of a smaller ice cube in there, just so that way it will control the temperature of it as well as the dilution a little bit longer. Instead of having something that would just kind of be immediately thinned out, having more surface area around the outside would cause it to melt faster, and then before you know it, you get more of a whiskey and water than you would an actual old-fashioned. So this will just kind of keep that dilution ratio that you have and it will make sure that it locks it into place for that. So something that I like to try and do is before I actually put the cocktail over the final ice that you'll be enjoying it on, I want to take the zest and get as much of that as I can over the ice. And you can kind of see it melting a little bit over there just because of the way that our temperature controlled air in here will be changing that up a little bit. So while doing that, understanding that pouring the drink in there, like you're also going to be creating like the smallest emulsion in the world, just because there's going to be a temporary armistice of water and the essential oils coming off of the orange rind in there. So doing that, you're actually blending the different flavors of the orange, the bitters, and everything else like that all together. So that way you have a more well-rounded cocktail. The olfactory cavity is what really represents a lot of taste, which is also why you can't really taste too much when you're sick, just because your nose is plugged up. So doing that and getting the actual drink like close to your nose itself like really helps the freshness and the flavor profile kind of jump off the actual glass at you, you know? Thank you so much for joining me in this little demonstration. This is absolutely one of my favorite cocktails, as well as one of my favorite things to talk about in general, whiskey. If you'd like to come down and visit us at the Ballard Cup, we'd be more than happy to help you out. But more importantly, thank you very much for donating to Northwest Hope and Healing, a very valid charity.
Thank you, Mr. Bartender. Those are the very best kind of friends to have. Let's do an air cheers here.
Yeah, let's see if it's good.
It's a mocktail. Don't get too excited.
Yeah.
But we wanted to celebrate with all of you.
Vintage apple juice right there.
The best that we could. Welcome, everybody, to the 20th anniversary celebration of Northwest Hope and Healing Foundation. My name is Chris Cashman. I'll be your auctioneer for the evening. This is Jenny Butts, my co-host for the evening. We're so excited that you are here.
Yes, we're so glad. Welcome, welcome. Chris and I have been here rehearsing, and we are socially distanced.
Just got our masks off moments ago.
Yes, moments ago. We still have the rings behind our ears. And everybody here, the whole crew, we're all in masks. So we hope that you are at home watching safely. Maybe you've got your dressy slippers on tonight. Ooh. Please say hi to us in the chat. We want to know where you are as you're watching tonight. We know people are all over the place. And tonight, together, we are going to be able to provide financial support to local women who are undergoing treatment for breast and gynecological cancers. And over the past 2 decades, Northwest Hope and Healing has not only survived as an organization, but it has thrived. 20 years ago, it all started with their signature healing boxes. And now they're proud to be able to serve thousands of local women during some of the hardest times that a person can experience. So thank you, all of you, tonight for what you're about to do.
Truly. In fact, one way to do this is to bid in the silent or the live auction. Both are open for bidding right now, and the silent auction should be your first priority. That's going to close at 7:10 p.m., just minutes from now. So here's what I recommend. Watch this on your bigger screen. Kick it over to a laptop or a TV, then grab a second screen like a phone or the tablet, then log on to NWHHGala2020.givesmart.com, which is my homepage. And if you're not already watching it from there, you can do so, or if you're real lazy, we're going to enable that. You can just text us, NWHH Gala 2020 to 76278. Got that? NWHH Gala 2022 76278. We'll kick you back a link right there. So you can watch the show there, or I do love the using 2 devices or even 3. If you got one of those inflatable screens, throw it out in the driveway, let the neighbors eavesdrop. They could bid from their window if they want to. So we're excited that you're here. And to begin tonight, we're going to hear from one of our co-chairs, Miss Sandy Marshall.
I am honored to co-chair tonight's 20th anniversary event along with Dr. Lee. Thank you to Karen, who is an inspirational director, the board for their dedication and leadership, the staff at Swedish for the high level of care, the army of tireless volunteers, and all of you for your continued financial support. 20 years ago, I found out my good friend Christine Smith had breast cancer, and it was in her lymph nodes. All her friends and family rallied around her through her surgeries, radiation, and chemotherapy, and helped to care for her 1- and 2-year-old boys. While we supported Christine, Christine was making plans to help other cancer patients who didn't have the support system she did. I attended the first Northwest Hope and Healing Luncheon fundraiser at Carillon Point, where Christine shared her vision and raised $10,000. Although she was swollen and bald from treatments, she was determined to have positive outcomes for her health and to create the Northwest Hope and Healing Foundation. Christine led an army of volunteers to provide Swedish patients with healing baskets, counseling, and immediate financial assistance. Last year, Northwest Hope and Healing provided $170,000 in grants to help women in need, along with close to 400 healing baskets. As they say, you've come a long way, baby. Due to COVID, the need for assistance is greater than ever this year, due to job loss and childcare and transportation challenges for patients. I encourage you to give generously to enable Northwest Hope and Healing to support every woman who has a need. Please raise your glass to recognize the achievements of the past 20 years and to toast to continued medical advancements and to the hope and healing this foundation provides.
Cheers, indeed. Cheers to you, Sandy. Thank you so much for all that you do and for co-chairing tonight's event. I'm going to put this over here so I don't spill it all down myself. I've only got one suit. It is 2020.
Right, yeah.
We're going to hear from our other 20th anniversary co-chair, Dr. Christine Lee, a little bit later in the program tonight.
And Chris, in addition to Sandy and Dr. Lee, we'd also like to thank our sponsors for tonight. So first of all, thank you to our title sponsor, Swedish Cancer Institute. And we want to thank our platinum sponsor as well, Lake Partners. Thank you both so much. And our bronze sponsors, we are grateful for you, Chair 10 Digital, Marketing, Genentech, Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, the Rainier Club, Radia. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And because of our sponsors, we've already raised more than $40,000 leading into tonight's event.
That's amazing. We love this. And it's definitely the perfect way to start the evening with momentum. Thank you all so much for your generosity and for your support. And now for another special message and a toast. Get ready, you've been warned.
Yeah.
Let's hear from the President and Vice President of Northwest Hope and Healing's Board of Directors, Dr. Tanya Wall and Stephanie Erdahl.
Hello and welcome. I am Stephanie Erdahl, the Vice President on the Board of Directors for this fantastic organization.
And I'm Dr. Tanya Wall, the President of the Board of Northwest Hope and Healing. Thank you for being at home with us tonight for our first, and let's be honest, we hope our last, virtual gala. We look forward to one day being back in the same room with this amazing community of supporters, raising our bid cards to donate to this fantastic organization.
Right, I'm so looking forward to that time. I am lucky to serve with not only a renowned medical oncologist, but a very special woman. How nice that I get to see you tonight, and I bet that our audience would love to know why you joined the board a year and a half ago.
I joined the board because I see women with breast and gynecologic cancers every day in my practice, and I see how many struggle to keep the rest of their lives on track while they go through months and sometimes years of treatment. I absolutely love that I know that my donations and my time and effort directly support women with real expenses right here in our community.
It's truly awe-inspiring to see how this foundation Christine Smith started 20 years ago has impacted so many women and their families. I've known Christine for those 20 years, who, as you know, is a breast cancer survivor herself. I've heard countless stories, women who don't have enough gas and parking money to make it to their treatment appointments. And heart-wrenchingly, the families who would not be able to provide any gifts at Christmas time without the generous assistance of folks like we have gathered here tonight. There will be hundreds of patients and their families who will be touched and encouraged and given a boost when most vulnerable. So please, join me in raising a glass and defining it in your hearts to participate and donate where you can. Cheers, and an enormous heartfelt thank you.
Cheers. Thank you.
Well, like Tanya and Stephanie said, tonight, cheers, because we can give a boost to women whose lives have been interrupted by cancer. And we can help them keep their lives on track and assist with real expenses. I mean, it has been quite a year of interruptions. Would you not agree?
Mostly.
A little bit,
Yeah.
yeah. But tonight, we are not going to let our current circumstances interrupt what we can provide to these women.
Absolutely. First things first, the silent auction's closing right now. This is it. These are your final moments. We warned you 7:10, and it's upon us, ladies and gentlemen,
Yep.
so do that quick. The live auction is up for bid already, too, but we were going to tell you to focus on the silent. This is it, the final seconds. It's very dramatic. And if you're not sure how all of this is working, you just showed up, maybe you had maybe a couple of old fashions. That's okay. I'll slow down. Here's what we recommend. Watch this show on one of your bigger screens. If you haven't moved it over to the laptop or the full screen or a smart TV, do that. Then grab your second screen, like the phone or the tablet. Go to the website, nwhhgala2020.givesmart.com. And if you're returning, look for that sign-in button up there on the top there. Click items at the top, and then you can just start bidding. It's all underway. Bid quickly. Use auto bid to set the max bid. In fact, if I was a smart auctioneer, that would be my auctioneer name, Max Bid. I can't think of a better
Bid.
auctioneer name than that.
I like that.
Silent auction closing right now, Jenny.
Now, things may be a little different this year, but we are going to try, these two right here, we're going to try to keep it as fun as possible for those of you who are joining us from the comfort of your homes. Don't forget to share photos of yourselves attending the virtual event, and you can post those directly to the Facebook event page or use the hashtag NWHH We know we have people watching from all over. I've seen someone as far away as Mercer Island, Chris.
I saw Fox Island, Mercer Island is there, Alki. Wow, they get the internet over there.
And Palm Springs, I think I saw, or Palm Desert. So
that's just mean. But we're happy.
Right.
But we're happy.
Right. We're glad you're here. Yeah. We're glad you're here. So if you haven't yet, please put in there where you're watching so we can gather you in here and be jealous of all of your locations as well. And by the way, if you're watching on YouTube, if you have some sort of a technical glitch,
you just smack the computer, right? You just bang it on the side.
We've talked about this, Chris. That's not the best
What's
answer.
the professional way to do it?
I think you should refresh the YouTube browser, and that will probably fix it.
Good call.
I would try the first, and then maybe you could go with Chris's.
Give it a wrap.
Yeah. So to officially kick things off tonight, please welcome Executive Director of Northwest Hope and Healing Foundation, Karen Blasey-Heller.
Thank you, Chris and Jenny, and thank you all for joining us tonight to celebrate Northwest Hope and Healing's 20th anniversary. Who would have thought we would not have celebrated all of the survivors strutting the runway at the fashion show, or joined together for some holiday cheer at the Cork Fork event? Well, cancer does not quit for COVID, and neither does Northwest Hope and Healing. Despite not being together in person, tonight you can help us make sure we are supporting women in our region who are battling breast and gynecological cancer. Northwest Hope and Healing Foundation is the only organization left in Seattle that gives immediate grants to support these women in need. And the need is great. I want to share with you a letter I recently received from a grant recipient that hits on the impact of your dollars compounded by everything going on in our lives right now. Please allow me to thank you and Northwest Hope and Healing and its donors for the generous assistance I was given when I and my family needed it most. Amidst the pandemic and last March, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. After learning about this sad development, my husband and I contracted COVID-19, which we both successfully overcame. But because of the pandemic, I had been laid off, and to date, I remain unemployed. All these occurred one after another while trying our best to survive and make ends meet. Amidst these challenges, there was a positive thing that happened. I was a recipient of Northwest Hope and Healing assistance in the form of Fred Meyer gift cards. When everything else seems to be falling apart, your help was a relief that my family and I will forever be grateful for. We are thankful that there are angels like you on earth who are committed to providing assistance to people like me, especially during these trying times. I have no doubt in my mind that your organization is God-sent, as it brings hope and relief to people who are burdened with tremendous difficulties in life. Your helping hand is a sure sign that things will get better in the days ahead. For all of the work that Northwest Hope and Healing does to ease pain and suffering, even if just for a brief or fleeting moment, is something worth the emulation of all. You are what we need at this time,
when there seems to be no end to the problems that we encounter every day, given my health concerns, my current unemployment, and the pandemic. Please be assured that your good deed will forever be cherished in our hearts. Again, thank you, and please know that you are very much appreciated. You all made a difference in her life. Now let's continue to help our neighbors by giving big. Tonight, we have an opportunity to make a real, measurable impact for women who, among everything going on with the pandemic, are dealing with a very personal health crisis. And in spite of all the challenges you at home tonight might be facing, you are here, and you are thinking of women with cancer, and you want to help. Thank you.
Thank you, Karen. That is exactly why we're here tonight, to help women with cancer. And we can't let a lack of funding stop Northwest Hope and Healing from providing immediate grants and help to alleviate the financial burden from women who might not only be battling with cancer, but also maybe a job loss or reduced hours because of the pandemic. And as you know, tonight, Northwest Hope and Healing is also celebrating 20 years of resilience as an organization. It was 20 years ago that Christine Smith envisioned a world in which women battling cancer wouldn't struggle with worrying about financial burdens during the treatment. It all started with a message of hope through the signature healing boxes. And now that vision also includes immediate assistance that provides grants for everyday living expenses like childcare, groceries, reliable transportation, and emergency rent to local women who are newly diagnosed with breast and gynecological cancers. Let's hear from Christine now.
Hi there, I'm Christine Smith, and I'm the founder of Northwest Hope and Healing Foundation. Thank you for your participation in this extraordinary 2020 event. 20 years ago on May 5th of 2000, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. It was aggressive, and I was scared. Family and friends rallied in support. I saw a need to provide practical assistance and to help other women as they navigate their journey. Northwest Hope and Healing has grown to be so much more than I could have ever imagined. I am eager for you to learn more this evening and to hear from some of the women who we've had the privilege to help. Throughout the years, family, friends, donors, volunteers, generous sponsors have enabled us to grow, to help more women, and to land where we are today. I am incredibly grateful. I am honored to be a supporter of this cause, and I am beyond proud of this tremendous organization.
Wow. Thank you, Christine. Thank you so much for your strength and your vision as you're battling cancer years ago. And of course, out of something very difficult in your life came a tremendous resource here for other women who are cared for at Swedish Cancer Institute. And in fact, we want to hear from one of the members of the Swedish team and from one of our amazing grant recipients, Ray Jensen.
So my name is Jeff Walker, and I work in the Swedish Medical Center Foundation. Most of my work is with the Cancer Institute here. And what's really cool about the care that's given here is that there's the medical piece of healthcare, but there's the larger human piece, if you will. And that's really where the social work team comes in. And then you layer on top of that, that's where the folks at Northwest Hope and Healing really come in. Because they are making it possible for the social work team to take care of those other parts beyond the medical of the patients who are coming here.
I'm Jennifer Nordstrom Lozano. I am an oncology social worker at the Swedish Cancer Institute. With the pandemic, things have certainly been more challenging for our patients. We have many patients who are in the service industry or caregivers, essential workers. Pandemic happened, and trying to decide when to return back to work, if it's safe to return to work. And that has been really challenging for many of our patients. Many patients have lost their jobs or had extended times where they weren't working. So this grant was extra supportive and helpful for them.
I have consistently been impressed with the way the funds that Northwest Hope and Healing are donating, the way those funds are distributed directly to the patients. There's no overhead. That money goes straight to the patients and does exactly what, well, frankly, exactly what the folks who are attending a virtual or in-person fundraising gala want their money to do. If I think about what some of the patients are dealing with when they come here to Swedish for their cancer care, they're at a pretty tough point in their lives.
And I seen the world as a different place. And it gave me hope. And that is such a good name, Hope and Healing, because it helped me through it. It really did. Mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. It just, everything. You need this. You need it so bad. Because I was alone and I didn't have anybody. And my strength came from that. My strength came from them, that every day they showed up. If they showed up, I could show up.
The phone calls and the messages and the notes that I receive from people saying how blown away and how amazed they are when they are told by their social worker. I'm not kidding. Like, I have had people with tears of joy as they tell me what that means to them and how much that's going to help them get through this period of their life.
One of their main concerns is often financial concerns, and it is so nice to be able to help them access the Northwest Hope and Healing grant. And it has been such a relief to so many women. I have given the grant to them in many different ways, and I have given it to them with them being in tears and with sighs of relief, and it has just been such a great tool to be able to give someone an immediate grant rather than filling out paperwork and wondering and hoping if someone will get the grant, which those grants do exist, but it's so nice to have something so immediate and have such a local connection here to Northwest Hope and Healing.
As folks who are participating in this event tonight, as you think about how much it is that you want to donate, consider the impact that you can have by giving just a bit more than what you were thinking originally.
I never knew so many people cared. I never knew the world was such a good place. I really did not know that. I'm grateful for what happened to me, but I'm grateful that there are people like you that makes the difference, that really, really make change and a difference. Thank you.
Yeah, as Jeff said, the human piece of healthcare can sometimes be just as important as the medical piece. So let's show up tonight for women like Ray. And Ray, thank you so much for sharing your story, your bravery. And together tonight here, we can help them feel not alone anymore, right? And giving them an opportunity to make a difference. We can do that tonight. Yeah. We want to know what's your why for giving tonight. Maybe it's a who. Let us know right there in the chat on Facebook or YouTube. A lot of you are already checking in and saying where you're watching from. So many of you celebrating how passionate you are about this. But we'd love to know your why, your who, as you're supporting the mission of Northwest Hope and Healing here tonight.
Yeah. And you know, Chris, over the last months, we've all had times of feeling isolated and alone, but I can't even imagine the challenges of going through cancer treatment during a pandemic like this. So let's hear from Dr. Christine Lee, another one of our co-chairs for tonight's 20th anniversary event. Dr. Lee is Interim Medical Director of the Breast Program for Swedish Network and also the Medical Director of the SCI Cancer Program at Swedish Issaquah.
So I've been involved with Northwest Hope and Healing for many years, and one of the themes that I hear from my patients a lot is the impact that the organization has had a chance to make in their lives when they're on their cancer journey, surrounding them with a feeling of community. And I have heard that more in the last 10 months than I've heard it in the last 10 years, because I think our patients are feeling even more isolated now than they ever have before. And cancer is isolating. I mean, it makes you feel alone in a lot of ways. And even with support of friends and family, it separates you often because you feel like something different is going on in your lives. And now we're all feeling separate. We're feeling distant from people who we love, and we're feeling like we don't have access to the things that make us feel like ourselves, and I think our patients are feeling that even more. And the fact that they feel touched, they feel like people care about them, people that don't even know about them care about them. They take time out of their day to volunteer to put together a healing basket or to send a quick donation. They don't know them. They don't even maybe know what they're going through if they're not a survivor themselves or they haven't been impacted. But they take that time to just make someone else feel like someone cares. And I hear from my patients how much that means to them. And it's a little gesture often, it's not a big thing, but it makes such a tremendous impact. And I can't thank all of you enough for doing that for my patients, because we can offer them healing. You know, those of us who care for them in healthcare, their families who support them, their communities who support them, but knowing that they have a community of people around them, even those who don't even know them, who take care of them like that, it gives something special. And now that means even more.
Thank you so much, Dr. Lee, for the amazing care that you provide to your patients and also for your leadership for tonight's event. So, Chris, I think we should just get to it.
Yeah.
As Dr. Lee said, let's surround women on their cancer journey with a community, a virtual community and a real community. So please, everyone, give very big tonight. We're asking all of you to grab a second device, if you can, and go to NWHHGala2020.givesmart.com.
That's my homepage. I would just set it.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You'll see lots of home pictures of Chris there. Once you're signed in, just click the tab button that says Items at the top. And after you click item number 10, you'll see all the giving levels. That's what we're doing right now. Or if you're already looking at all the items, just go to item number 10.
And before we jump into that, we asked you what's your why, or who and why are you here supporting. I see people jumping in, like Sherry, who says, my why, losing my Aunt Ruth. She was a giver. And supporting Northwest Hope and Healing is a way I can honor her by supporting others fighting the disease. Thank you, Sherry. Thanks. And we're thinking about your Aunt Ruth tonight, and that's exactly why we're here. We all have a why. We have too many, and that's why we're here, to put an end to this. And in fact, that's why we're reaching for the stars with our top level. It's the $20,000 level. We know it's a big one. But if you have the ability, if you can make that impact, it will be a big deal to us. And in fact, we want to thank Stan and Mary Harrelson for leading the way, paving the way with a $20,000 donation. Incredible generosity. Thank you so much to the Harrelsons. If you can join them, please consider doing that right now. All right, we see some givers coming by. That's the beauty, is that we have a live feed, and we see so many people that have given throughout the day. A lot of people didn't even wait for us to ask. You just jumped in. A lot of anonymous donations, people giving from the heart too. So thank you so much for doing that. We could cut that in half as well and do a $10,000 donation. If you can do $10,000, it would make a tremendous impact.
Yeah, exactly. And we are seeing all kinds of people, small amounts, big amounts. You'll have all kinds of opportunity. But at this $10,000 level, we wanted to pause and hear from an amazing couple who raised that much and more for Northwest Hope and Healing. And we're going to watch right now and learn how they did that.
Hi, I'm Michelle Maddox.
And I'm Darren Maddox. And we are, we already told you. Okay.
I was diagnosed in October of 2019 with a stage 2 HER2 positive breast cancer. Thanks to the team at Swedish Medical Center, my doctors, Dr. Sharma and Dr. Lee, I am now cancer free.
Okay, we said no tears.
Okay.
We said No, come on, we're doing this. We're doing this. So last month, quickly, we wanted to raise some money. So basically, we came up with the idea of riding on bikes, Peloton, whatever, indoor, outdoor, and basically raising $1 for every mile. And I got 14 people in my company to help, and together we raised over $3,400. The kicker is that my company actually double matches everything that we raised. So we're going to be, we've already delivered or donated the $3,400 to the Northwest Hope and Healing, and a check for the remainder, which is roughly $6,900, is going to be coming here in the coming weeks. So we're just really excited. I basically asked Michelle, hey, find me a charity. Let's do something that really, really helps and gives back very quickly to people in need. And this was absolutely perfect. And we're super excited to do it. So thank you. 90 seconds exactly.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Michelle and Darren, for putting together that riding event, and thank you for that awesome video. And that event resulted in such an incredible donation with lots of people being a part of it. So let's celebrate with Michelle also for being cancer-free. Huh?
We love it. All
So
right,
great.
so Jenny, I'm also going to give everybody a reminder that if you work for a company with a matching gift program, maybe you don't even know that, ask HR. A lot of companies will match your gift. They'll double or even triple the impact that we're going to make here tonight. Please don't forget to do that. Our next level is $5,000. We know that's a big ask, but we know that some of you are able to make that donation, and you're going to impact a lot of lives and help a lot of women. If you can join us at $5,000, this is your opportunity. You don't have to wait. You can jump ahead. You can just go ahead and donate whatever you want. But please consider.
Yeah, and we all want to start by thanking Chip Heller at $5,000 and one of Northwest Hope and Healing board members, Dr. Shirag Shah, also at $5,000.
Wow.
And thank you to Kara and Scott Torrey, also at $5,000. Very generous. Thank you.
This is amazing. In fact, we're going to get ready to jump to our next level at $2,500. I'm just looking down and see somebody like Mary Smith who donated $3,500. Picked her own level, and we love it. You can do that. $2,500 is our current level, or more. You can do so as a $2,500. If you're wondering, by the way, what impact it will make, it can assist 5 families in paying for their high utilities this winter. In fact, Northwest Hope and Healing recently supported a patient with utility assistance after she and her spouse and 5 kids moved into new low-income housing. They were very excited, of course, to get to spend the holidays with the family and the new home. But that came with those new utilities and adjusting to those, and that's tricky because they didn't have those before. So this assistance will be a huge help since she's only working part-time right now, recovering from her treatment. Her spouse's income varies each month. So that's a perfect example of the impact you can make at $2,500.
So practical. So these women can concentrate all of their energy on healing. We want to thank Lynn Christian and Mary Smith at the $2,500 level. And we also have a couple other ones. Caroline Schumann coming in at $2,500. Thank you so much for your generosity.
Our next level, maybe it's just what you're walking around with in your pocket. $1,000, right? You didn't have $1,000 on them.
You can't spend cash anywhere anymore. You might.
That's right.
Yeah.
Before we get to recognize the donors at this level, we do have some exciting news to share with you.
Share.
I'm so excited to be here celebrating 20-year anniversary for Northwest Hope and Healing. I'm so proud of the work that Northwest Hope and Healing does in bridging the gap for the newly diagnosed cancer patient at their time of such an acute challenge. And I'm really excited to announce here with my lovely wife, Christine, that we are able to give a matching donation this year of $20,000, and we invite you to do whatever you can. And so please join us in making a toast to these strong, resilient women as they, and wishing them the strength to overcome as they navigate their journey. Here's to the strong women.
You got to cheers the big glass for that. Amazing. Are you kidding me? $20,000 matching challenge from Christine and Tim Smith. Thank you so much. This is incredible. And you know how this works because of their match. Your $1,000 becomes $2,000. This is going to provide some immediate grants for real expenses for women battling cancer in our region, like right now. And if you weren't already feeling the goosebumps and you're feeling great, we would love to jump in and mention, by the way, our friend Christine Lee, the doctor, $10,000 donation came in while we were talking about this match. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is our opportunity to take full advantage, $1,000 or more. Consider doing that because this can assist with the practical issues that arise for patients each and every day. For example, Northwest Hope and Healing recently assisted an elderly patient to purchase a new set of tires. So during her treatment, she had reluctantly accepted her sons, who were trying to help cover the costs of living expenses while she completed the surgery and the chemotherapy and radiation. But she really needed was a set of new tires for this winter. And she didn't want to ask her sons for more help. So that's where Northwest Hope and Healing comes in. And we're able to get those tires because of your support.
Yeah, real needs, and you're meeting them. This is incredible. I love these matching gifts because it gives a little extra energy and incentive to people's already generosity in the evening. So we want to thank Ron Blasi at $1,000, not once, but twice. So see, you can make up, we saw earlier tonight, $111, $3,500. Make up your amount. Annie and Pal Otison, thank you so much for your $1,000 donation.
$2,000.
And Scott Shapiro also at $1,000. Becomes
We love
$2,000.
this. This is so great. And our next level, we're going to chop it in half. We're having a sale, ladies and gentlemen. $500. If you can join us at that $500 level, that's about the price of parking in downtown Seattle. You remember that? You remember what that was like? Last year, in fact, a $500 grant assisted one of our grantees so that she could buy Christmas gifts for her kids. That should not be a choice, but she's able to do it with your help. Yeah. She's a single mom. She felt, of course, proud of providing the gifts with the help of this grant, and she worked full-time before she was diagnosed with stage 4 gynecological cancer, so you know how this story goes. She's slowly but surely getting used to accepting support from great people like you because she wants to do whatever it takes to care for her kids as long as she can, and that's the impact you can make. Christmas.
And I love hearing about these stories. We were just seeing, scrolling up here on our board, we had multiple people giving $1,000, taking advantage of that matching gift, so thank you to everyone. Thank you so much for the people coming in at $500 levels, $1,000, $300, $412, whatever you can give is going to help these strong and brave women.
Pal just joined us. We're going to double that up at the $1,000 level. So if you want to join us maybe at $250 or maybe just $100 is what you're prepared to part with, that's okay. Any custom amount, you can fill it in right now. We just want everybody to participate. We're looking for 100% participation here. And $100, in fact, can assist with emergency transportation for women so that social workers can offer them taxi vouchers, get them home safely after treatments. You see how it all stacks up. Don't underestimate what an impact you will make here tonight.
Yeah, I saw just here on a donation for $40. Somebody, that is going to help something very practical. So whatever you're capable of doing tonight, that's the level that works for you. It doesn't have to be a predetermined one. You'll see on the page you can choose some of the levels that we've already suggested there, but there's also a space for you to write in your own. So don't even be limited by the $20,000. You could give more. Right?
Add another comma.
Why not?
Let's break a record.
Add some more zeros.
We could be trending by the end of the evening. We love this. Thanks, everyone, all of you, for raising your paddle virtually with us here tonight. The giving link, good news, it's going to stay open. So if you've got to go find the credit card or you're on the brink, you're not quite sure, you want to call the bank, see if you can move some money around. Maybe you have another old-fashioned. It's going to get easier as we go on in the evening. So we'll wait for you there. And a reminder, if you work for a company that matches your donation, make sure you take advantage of that. Don't forget, go in, email HR. A lot of companies do, and that's a tremendous resource.
Yeah. I understand not everyone has their Visa number memorized like I do.
Right, no.
You might have to go find it,
and
so that's fine. That's fine. I have been on Amazon a little bit this COVID. Now, we still have our live auction items to close, and those are all up for bid right now. But first, before we get to that, let's hear from another one of Northwest Hope and Healing's resilient grant recipients, Katie Simmons.
Hi, my name is Katie Simmons. I was diagnosed in 2015 with stage 3B ductal carcinoma. 1999, I had a lump removed. It was a fibroadenoma. It wasn't anything big. I was 21 years old, but I decided to go straight to that spot because it was his main breast, and there was something there. So I just went to the appointments, and at the ultrasound and the mammogram, when I was on the table, the radiologist said, "There's a big lump, and I see a second lump, and I see at least 2 lymph nodes." And it just kind of I was by myself, and I was just like, the wind was blown from my sails. What a year. Yeah, so I went through that, and then on August 10th was my final chemo, and the chemo showed that it shrunk my tumor enough to have a mastectomy. So my mastectomy was August 27th, and I got the all clear. Dr. Lee, Tanya, Dr. Wall, both of them were like, Katie, you beat this, you fought it, it was great. 2 weeks later, I wake up with pink eye. My final drain is still in, and it still was producing a lot. And it wasn't looking so great. So I go and see Heidi, who is my nurse practitioner for Dr. Lee. I didn't know it till later that I was in full organ failure. I had sepsis, cellulitis, and a staph infection. And they decided to do exploratory surgery at the site of my drain. They don't really know what happened, but I came out of it. The only thing I can say is I had family and friends from around the world praying for me, on their knees down praying for me. And here I am. I live on the Oregon coast, and I work at a whiskey bar, and I love it. And I see amazing people, and I constantly am telling people my story. Like, you have to tell people your story. If we all come together and pull our resources and support our community, because we are a community, like survivors, thrivers, previvers, we're all a community. We can do big things, we can do big things if we all pull together. And Northwest Hope and Healing is amazing because they're doing it. They're helping everyone out. And if we can give more to each of those women, if we can give more to those single moms or those grandmothers who maybe they don't have the support system that I had a huge support system. A lot of people don't have that support system, or people, it's really tough when people think, oh, well, we've given enough to you. We're ready to move on. No. We can't give enough. There's never enough. There's never enough giving. You have to give all and keep giving. That's what I say.
I think that's what we're all going to say. Put it up on a billboard. Give all and keep giving. We love that. That's what Katie has instructed us all to do tonight. Let's grant her wishes, everyone. As a reminder, a big thanks to Christine and Tim Smith, by the way, for the $1,000 gifts tonight. All of those have been doubled up. So if you haven't given yet, consider to do so right now, because remember, your $1,000 become a $2,000. We're going to read off a bunch of the amazing donors, and I am told that we are just five good friends away from meeting our $20,000 match.
Yeah.
5 of you, if 5 of you can step up with that $1,000 donation, we will have taken advantage of that match.
This is easy math. I can even do this math. I love the round numbers. We just need 5 more people, like Kara Carlson and Jean Ballett, who gave $1,000.
Look at Stephanie sneaking in, Stephanie Erdahl sneaking in at $5,000.
Yeah, you can go backwards. Yeah, go backwards to higher amounts.
Rebecca Houghton at $3,000, Bo Gunderson at $1,000, Chris Saita at $1,000, Sandy Marshall also at $1,000. A lot of familiar names too. You are good people.
Rebecca Adamson, thank you so much. Mamie Richards is a $5,000 donor, so thank you so much for being that generous.
Remember you saluted Kara Carlson earlier? She's donated more than once. Also at $1,000. Courtney Martin at $1,000. Sandy Marshall at $1,000. Notice a lot of the people involved with Northwest Hope and Healing also investing back into the community that we're talking about.
And keep giving.
That's right.
That's what we're supposed to do. Well, before we dive into our live auction items, we have one more special message we want to share with you all tonight.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Michelle Millman with Cairo 7 News. During the week, you can find me bringing you the news in the early morning and again at noon, a job I take great pride in. But in July of 2009, I found myself thrust into another job, fighting to live. I was diagnosed with breast cancer that summer and fought it with everything I had. My team and doctors knew I wanted to be aggressive with my treatment. I was also fortunate enough to take 6 months off work here at Cairo, as I first had a lumpectomy, then a double mastectomy, chemo, and radiation. Because of my benefits and great health care, I could focus on me, my health, my recovery, and my family. Imagine being diagnosed with breast or gynecologic cancer and having to worry about meals or childcare. My treatment was difficult enough alone. It's horrible to think what it all would have been like with the stress of not being able to pay for food or basic needs while also going through all of that. This is where you come in. By helping tonight, you ease the burden of women who cannot meet basic needs. Northwest Hope and Healing is exactly that, giving hope so women can heal. This marks the 20th year they've been at this with 10,000 patients helped. That is amazing, but we can do more. Northwest Hope and Healing does such vital work, supporting these women already going through so much by trying to level the playing field so they can concentrate on their well-being. Give big and bid high tonight if you're able. And thank you so much.
Well, you heard her say it, Chris. Michelle instructed everyone tonight to bid high on auction items. So that is what I'm hoping everyone will do as we have some amazing items up for bid.
Okay, so we're going to do our first 3 live auction items, which have already been up for bid. Hopefully some of you have already snuck in there. You're just puppy guarding at this point, which is okay. Items 1, 2, and 3 are going to close together in just over 4 minutes from right now, rapid fire style. So to help you bid, we're about to put a countdown timer up to make things official and to make it dramatic.
Yes.
4 minutes to finish your bidding. If you need some help bidding, maybe multiple items, here is the pro tip. Just set that max bid on any item you want. You can use auto bid, set your max bid, say, oh, $10,000. I want to go to Phoenix. Sure, I want to get out of here and go to the desert. Set that, and then you don't get outbid. It will automatically bid for you. So when you use auto bid, your device will see that. Anytime one of your so-called friends outbids you, it'll say not so fast. So if you're not 100% sure that you're seeing the most recent bids, by the way, refresh your page. Just hit a quick refresh. Okay, so everybody ready? We're going to finish the bidding because a lot of your friends have started while you were enjoying, your old fashioned here, ladies and gentlemen. So 4 minutes on the clock. Jenny, 3 items. Let's talk about them.
Let's do it. All right, the first item is dinner and whiskey tasting. So you will be treating yourself to an elegant 4-course meal paired with sampling of delicious international whiskeys from expert bartender and owner of the Ballard Cut, Tommy Patrick. He's the one who showed us who made the old fashions. So you and up to 7 of your guests will enjoy fine farm-to-table food and rare spirits in Tommy's beautiful rustic restaurant. And while you're having this tasting, Tommy will offer his expertise and provide exclusive insight into the history and the flavor profiles of the various whiskeys. As a former teacher, I love when you can mix anything with learning.
Teachable. Even a whiskey tasting is a teachable moment.
Yes. And so thank you so much to the Northwest Hope and Healing Board Vice President Stephanie Erdahl for donating this very yummy item.
And look, I think we've got some bidding going on already. It is it's a 4-woman race right now.
Just
Wendy
the women.
was in on it at 700. Then Stephanie says, no, I want it. Then Karen Blasey-Heller says, no, I want it. And she's currently got the bid. So if you want it, Karen Blasey-Heller is puppy guarding your opportunity, ladies and gentlemen. That's item number 1 right there. Let's jump to item number 2, which is 2 nights in Suncadia. You know, you'd love it. It's just about 90 minutes that away. You could hop in the car, you could be there before the sun goes down, which is about 4:30 this time of the year. I don't want to bring up a sensitive topic. Who doesn't love Suncadia? And this is a custom vacation home in Suncadia's Nelson Preserve. This is a 4-bedroom, 3.5-bath home. Sleeps up to 10 guests. You got the hot tub, the outdoor fireplace. It's got a big, beautiful patio there to overlook the preserve. Seclusion. Key is the private vacation home. You don't got people banging on the walls. This is an amazing opportunity. You got access to the trails and all the amenities that Suncadia is famous for. You can check in the items for some of the details on the booking restrictions, few of them. And a thank you to Dr. Tanya Wall, Northwest Hope and Healing Foundation's board president, for donating this.
Yeah, that's great. It's so close, a little getaway, and sometimes that's all you need, just to get on the other side of the mountains to get some sunshine.
Look how competitive the bidding is. They are scrolling through the bids here. Jennifer said it, then Molly said nope, then Jennifer's back, then Molly's back, then Jennifer's back, now Molly's back. I think some auto bidding.
I hope they don't talk to each other because we want to keep them separate so they keep bidding.
They won't even be Facebook friends after this.
No.
Oh,
all right.
Boy.
What about item number 3? It's an Olympic fly fishing adventure. So you are going to be able to have a beautiful weekend getaway on the Olympic Peninsula. You'll relax and enjoy stunning views of the Dungeness Spit during a 2-night stay at the beautiful Juan de Fuca Cottages Waterfront Resort in Sequim.
You shouldn't say spit during COVID.
Oh, that's true. Yes, sorry. Now I'm self-conscious.
Some blame
All
in the
right.
house. Don't worry.
This package also includes a $600 gift certificate to Waters West. That's Port Angeles' premier fly fishing outfitter. So you can get all the gear. It'll be great. You can buy the gear. You can rent the gear. You can get this guided fly fishing trip for 2 down the Hoh, the Solduck, or the Bogachil rivers.
Cool.
I learned how to say those.
Yes, just for this.
Thank you very much. The high bidder will also receive a $100 gift certificate to the Alderwood Bistro in downtown Sequim.
Ooh.
And we are so grateful to Tom and Karen Challenor for donating this experience.
Sequim's perfect. The banana belt, they got all that sunshine over there. What a cool opportunity. And take a look. Amy was in, and then Liz McQuiston snuck in and says, I would like it. And then Amy came back and says, no, it's fly fishing.
Yeah.
I have gone one time, I did a guided thing like this, and it was amazing. It's just like the movies. So do it in an experience like this and for the best cause there is.
But
because
hurry.
you've got the guides. And hurry, because
we don't have a lot of
we have
time.
just seconds left. In fact, less than 15, ladies and gentlemen. So you know how this works. You can keep bidding. You can bid on your phone, just in case there's a little bit of a lag. Believe it or not, we're in the future right now. By the time you see this, we've already said this about 10 seconds ago, ladies and gentlemen. In fact,
it's so
we already
10
know how this
seconds ago.
ends. Yes, critics are raving already, and we're not even done yet. Again, the best way to win is, you saw what they were doing earlier, set that max high bid so it will keep bidding for you. Okay. So that's it. Now we've learned, as a former teacher, that's a history lesson, because those first 3 items are history, ladies and gentlemen. And our next group of items, 4, 5, and 6, we're going to close them together 4 minutes from right now. You see how fast we're moving, so don't delay. Hover over that keyboard there. 4 minutes on the clock. Use that auto bid, set the max bids high. On your marks. Get set.
It's very exciting.
And a timeout has been called.
No.
They just said time back in. All right.
Go.
Here we go, Jenny. 3 items, 4 minutes.
All right.
Here we go.
4 minutes to change the world. Live item number 4 is 2 nights in Scottsdale.
Yes, please.
You are going to have a true desert oasis with a 2-night stay at the Westin Kierland Villas in Scottsdale. This is a vacation ownership resort located on 10 pristine acres of the magnificent Kierland community. I was just in Scottsdale not that long ago, maybe a year. It doesn't seem like that long ago.
Sun still out over there?
Sunshine, sunshine, sunshine. You
Remember
know
that.
you want that. And the round-trip airfare from Seattle to Phoenix on Alaska Airlines is included in this package. So you are going to enjoy the accommodations in a villa-style rental and luxury details a true vacation needs, like a Westin Heavenly Bed and Westin Heavenly Bath. So lots of dining, shopping, golfing, culture, get your cowboy hat and go down to Old Town.
Yeah.
And we want to thank Leanne Yanda, previous Northwest Hope and Healing Foundation president and a current board member, for this donation.
In fact, Claire Buchanan was already focusing. She was already in the desert vacationing, and then Sandy Marshall snuck in and says, not so fast.
With her spurs.
Not so fast. We're raising money for Northwest Hope and Healing tonight. Friendship's got to be set aside.
Give all.
Bidding,
Yes.
ladies and gentlemen. So
Keep
that is
giving.
up for grabs right now. Item number 5. This is good for 1. This is for you. 4 days, 3 nights at Hilton Head. This is great. Discovery, they're calling it kind of coastal chic, the oasis by the bay. The Hilton Head there in South Carolina. If you're like, I don't know where that is, I've heard about it.
Yeah.
South Carolina, it's amazing. 4 days, 3 nights at the Westin Hilton Head Island
Look at
Resort
that.
and Spa. And yes, I said island, ladies and gentlemen. Oceanfront Resort. We're going to set you up with airfare for 2. That is included. Hilton Head is renowned for its gorgeous seaside scenery. You've seen it in commercials, you've seen it in movies. World-class
So great.
golf courses, dozens of delectable dining locations, the cultural opportunities all around you there. This is an amazing opportunity. You can do so much at Hilton Head, from biking, you got the landscaping, you just go out and nature walk, fishing in the blue waters of the Atlantic, sailing, horseback riding. You could go golf course.
Let's go.
The hunting. In fact, here's just how much you have to do, and you might cramp up hearing me even just say this. 12 miles of pristine beaches, 24 golf courses, and 350 tennis courts. They're just showing off over there.
Yeah.
But it could be yours.
Yeah, so great. What a fun, far getaway. So maybe you need Suncadia and this one. So a quick little getaway and then save up the faraway one
And take
for
a
later.
look. Anamaria Lloyd right here is jumped in and has made a hefty bid. So Anamaria is going to run away with this trip at a great value unless you join the bidding.
Hurry up.
Right now.
Here's the last one. This is a Mount Baker climb. No experience required. So tonight's high bidder is going to be able to climb one of Washington's most famous and picturesque peaks on a guided trip for two up and back down Mount Baker, courtesy of Mountain Madness and breast cancer survivor and expert mountaineer Lisa Thompson. Let's watch a special message to inspire the bidding from Lisa about this right now.
Hey everyone, it's Lisa Thompson. I hope you are having a fantastic time at this year's gala. I'm sure you're missing being there in person like I am, but I am so excited to share this next item with you. As a cancer survivor, I have learned the importance of squeezing every single bit of goodness out of life that you possibly can. And for me, that means spending lots of time in the mountains and in other wild places. And as a part of my responsibility, I believe, as a cancer survivor and as a seasoned mountaineer and coach, I like sharing what I've learned with other people, which is why I am super excited to have partnered with Mountain Madness this year to bring you this next item. So I will work with you for the next 6 months to get you ready to climb Mount Baker with Mountain Madness this coming summer. That means that I'll coach you every day to do everything that you need to be physically as well as mentally prepared to climb. It doesn't matter if you've never climbed a mountain, I'll be there with you as your coach to get you ready and confident. So when I hand you over to Mountain Madness, you're super stoked to climb Mount Baker. Thanks to all of you. Enjoy the rest of your gala. Cheers.
That's it.
Yep.
That's it. We're underway. Bidding. Fast and furious.
Yeah, we're getting down to the timer, so we've got to hurry up and get in. If you want to go some sunshine, either southwest or southeast,
that's right.
You've got just a little bit more time here.
Less than a minute. We've got about 40 seconds remaining. 40 seconds, as we say. Russell Wilson could probably score a couple of touchdowns in 40 seconds.
He's probably
What will you do with yours, ladies and gentlemen? Maybe change somebody's life with a tremendous donation.
Yeah.
And as an incentive, get away on a vacation.
Yeah.
You want to climb Mount Baker?
Yeah.
You got a guide. It's a professional guided trip. And again, the escalator has been broken for years. So this is the way you want to go.
I've heard.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, and you get training. I loved hearing that Lisa is going to work with people. So you get this great experience as a one-time, maybe once in a lifetime thing. But you're also going to be in great shape when you're done because you will have worked with somebody who knows what she's doing.
As the clock ticks down, and this is it, ladies and gentlemen, those auction items are a thing of history. Just like that.
I feel like we've been here before.
It's just that we were up and then we're back down. But we do have some people we want to thank because this is amazing.
For sure. There is something called the Bee's Knees Club. And Chris, we want to thank the members of the Bee's Knees Club who helped spread the word about tonight's event.
Vital.
You are some of you individuals here on the screen. They're probably the reason why you're watching tonight because that's what they were tasked with. They were supposed to spread the word. So we want to give them a big round of applause tonight for helping to get people involved so that you could be doing the bidding and learn more about the organization to tell other people. And before we go tonight, we want to hear one more story. When Northwest Hope and Healing was founded, it was to help women with breast cancer. And because of the growth of the organization this past 20 years and through donations like yours, Northwest Hope and Healing now also helps women who are battling gynecological cancers. So let's hear from one of these women, Victoria Zenis.
My name's Victoria Zenis, and I have stage 3 recurrent ovarian cancer. I was initially diagnosed with ovarian cancer back in February of 2014. At the end of 2019, I planned to take medical leave because I was back on chemo again. And I was going to take medical leave in January and February of 2020, which I did. But then the pandemic hit, and sadly, the organization I worked for had to lay me off. I subsequently applied for unemployment, which when I told them why I wasn't looking for work, it was because I had a medical condition. And although I filled out all the paperwork and got everything signed by my doctor, apparently having a medical condition that prevents you from looking for work disqualifies you from unemployment. So I go to Swedish for treatments, so the Swedish Cancer Institute there. And my doctor's office, Dr. Drescher at the Pacific Gynecological Oncology Clinic, has an on-staff social worker. Her name is Vicki Yang. And I was so thrilled to be able to talk with her because Vicki helped me understand that there are resources out there for cancer patients that may be struggling financially or maybe need other help. And it was such a relief when I got to talking with her to come to understand that there are organizations out there like Northwest Help and Healing who provide grants, who help cancer patients like me cover the cost of things like groceries. Whether you're a donor or you're someone who is going through treatment, or you have a family member or someone you care about who's going through treatment, is to not hesitate to ask for help. And it's donors like you all who help provide that security for those of us who are struggling. And it takes a lot of courage to just step up and say, I need help. And knowing that there's help out there is tremendous. I was astonished to find.
That's right. We're celebrating the helpers tonight. Thank you, Victoria, for sharing your story. And thanks to every one of you who bid and who donated tonight to help women just like her. Your generosity is providing financial resources and security for women who need it, and they need it now. So thank you so much. And before we announce the results of our live auction winners, this just in, hot off the press, and before we announce the totals that we've raised tonight that you have given from the heart tonight, we want to remember at least one special woman who lost her fight with cancer this year. Dee Dee McCarty. Dee Dee has been a fashion show model, and we are so grateful for her passion and the wonderful legacy that she left behind. We're thinking about you tonight, Dee Dee. All right, Jenny, it is that time to announce the winners of the live auction. Some of them already know, the others are hanging on by a thread. So this is it. You get to reveal the results on what I assume is an estimated viewership of about 30 million people watching us on the Northwest Hope and Healing YouTube network.
So if you're not already, I'd like you to move to the edge of your seat as I read. The highest bidder and winner of the dinner and whiskey tasting is Karen Blasey Heller. So congratulations. You can round up some people to have that experience. And the winner of the 2 nights in Suncadia is Jeannie Luckenbaugh. So congratulations to you. Jeannie. You get a quick trip over the mountains. And the Olympic fly fishing adventure goes to Amy Trulson. So congratulations to you, Amy. 2 nights in Scottsdale. Oh, this is a good one. Yay, Connie Benson. Great job of the bidding and helping people with that. Yes. 4 days and 3 nights in Hilton Head goes to Jean Quackenbush. So congratulations. We saw your name on there. You were tenacious. And finally, the Mount Baker climb is going to go to Tom Challenor. So you will get in shape and you'll go up with Lisa and you'll have an experience of a lifetime. So congratulations.
Tom Challenor, the mountaineer? Oh, yeah. See Tom, the marketing's already working, Tom.
That's right.
All right.
That's right.
So this is, if we had a drummer, if we were allowed to have a band, we'd have them doing a drum roll right now. We're ready to announce. We got to get an exterminator in here. In the rafters.
Are we ready for the big total?
The big total, ladies and gentlemen.
Are you all still on the edge of your seats? We are so excited to announce that through your generosity tonight, we raised $200,000.
Virtually.
So great.
From
you
your
weren't
couch.
even here.
From Squim to
Mercer
over in Palm Desert to Mercer Island to Alki.
Issaquah.
That's right.
Even.
Thank you so much. Think about what you just did. Virtually.
So
$200,000 can help so many women in need. We're so thankful for you giving us 1 hour. That's all we asked of you, and we held true on our promise. My name is Chris Cashman, alongside Jenny Butts. On behalf of all of the women with cancer that you helped tonight, thank you so much. We hope to see you in person next year.
Yes.
Have a great night.